See, I was talking about handshakes. When my father taught me to do it, that's how my father learned. Yeah, that's how I was. Yeah, no, my father's law enforcement. Really? Yeah.
If anybody needs a level, this is your chance. Mic check 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. Mic check 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. Check check check. Everybody good? Norm, you good? Good good good. All right.
all good. It's all good.
You already talked? We're going to have this is a press briefing this morning. We're starting at 10 a.m., so we're starting now, and we're going to have two more today. We'll have one at 2 and one at 6, and the purpose of each one will be to update you from whatever our previous numbers are. So this morning we'll be updating you from where we were last night, and then at 2 we'll update you from where we are now, and 6, same thing. And speaking this morning, we are going to have Kerr County Sheriff Larry Letha leading us off. Chip Roy is here with us. Kerrville Mayor Joe Herring Jr. will be speaking briefly, and Kerrville City Manager Dalton Rice. And when we are done, because we are still in active search and recovery mode, we're going to keep this short. We'll allow 5 questions, and I am going to turn it over now to Sheriff Letha. Thank you.
As probably a lot of y'all know, Sheriff Larry Letha, Kerr County. One thing I want to tell you, I appreciate y'all covering this. One thing I'm really big about is transparency. We really appreciate y'all getting the message out there. We will do our best. Like you said, we'll have 2 more briefings out there to get you information as we get it. What I want to start with, I want to make sure you understand. These numbers I'm going to give you are 8:55 a.m. this morning. These are changing rapidly, okay? So every time the next time we meet, I'll update you, but just bear with us, okay? They will be changing. They're already changing them up here, and we'll try to do a really good job. I've got some notes here I'm going to read because I want to be pretty accurate on this. Then I'll talk a little bit before I turn it over to Chip Roy. We are now more than 24 hours into this tragic event, and Kerrville Police Department, Kerrville Fire Department, and Kerr County Sheriff's Office and other first responders from around the Texas are continuing to conduct rescue and recovery operations along the Guadalupe River corridor. So far, we've evacuated over 850 uninjured people, 8 injured people, and have recovered 27 deceased fatalities at this time. Of these 27, 18 are adults, 9 are children. Of that, 6 of the adults are unidentified, and 1 of the children are unidentified at this time. That's of 8:55 this morning. We're unable to release any further information on deceased at this time, as our thoughts and prayers go out to the loved ones. We are working hard to locate anyone who is still missing and to ensure they are safe. There are 2 ways that you can report the missing people. This is something I would really like y'all to spend some time getting out. One of the ways is via phone. We have a call center set up to accept information and share that information along our relief and incident commanders. That number is 830-285-1111. I'll repeat, 830-285-1111. The second. 258. Correction. 258. Sorry about that. I'm going to repeat it one more time. 258. 258. 830-21111. Is everybody good? Okay. Second way is via email. Like the phone number, information received will be shared along our relief teams. That email is floodrecovery@co.kerr, Kerr.tx.us. Repeating one more time, floodrecovery@co.kerr.tx.us. There is a shelter for the general public who needs assistance at the First United Methodist Church, 321 Thompson Drive in Kerrville. 321 Thompson Drive, Kerrville. At present, we don't need material. Can be made to the community. Hill Country. Once again, donations can be made to the Community Foundation of Hill Country. Our first responders along have been working tirelessly and will continue to conduct search and rescue operations until all citizens are accounted for. Tragic incidents like this affect us all. This community is strong and will continue to pull together during this tragic time. We have been humbled by the outpouring of support. We are very appreciative of everyone that's stepped up to help us. One thing I want to tell you and assure y'all is that we will not stop till every single person is found. We've got all the resources we need. We're here for the long haul. Numbers will be changing rapidly, but like I said, we will not stop till everybody. I can't tell you, I've been asked how long will this take? I can't tell you how long it's going to take. It's going to take a while. Appreciate y'all. Like I said, getting the word out. Like I said, after this is worth about 5 questions. At this time, I'm going to introduce you to United States Representative Chip Roy. He's going to say a few words.
Thank you, Sheriff. I'll be brief to show support for the community. You know, my family comes here to Kerrville for the 4th of July virtually every year. Come here for Robert Earl shows, and we were planning to be here for the show with Robert Earl and Beckman. You know, these are the events that we're dealing with today, and trying to explain to a world that's watching this and asking questions what a flash flood looks like, where you have a, you know, 26 to 30 foot rise in the water in a matter of an hour, 4 to 6 a.m. on a holiday, and the people that are having to respond to that. I just got everybody like pause, take a breath for the recriminations and the Monday morning quarterbacking, because there's so many great people in this community that are responding and moving quickly. Lives lost, saving people, camp directors, and I'm going to let other people name names and stuff. That's stories of people that have been heroic in trying to make sure that the lives lost was at a minimum and trying to recover individuals. I got a call and an update this morning. My kid's school, there was one of their schoolmates was missing, and was one of the kids. She was on a mattress for 2 or 3 hours in the middle of the night, and you know, she's united with her mom, and that's wonderful. And those are the kind of blessings that we should be celebrating, while we're also mourning the loss of life as we identify those that didn't make it and are now home with their Lord. So I just want to appreciate the first responders, the coordinated effort from the state, local, federal partnerships. Yesterday I was on the phone with the president, with the secretary. I expect we'll have you know, some additional visitors today. I'll let other people talk about that, but I couldn't even get the conversation out with the secretary, trying to explain to her what we were dealing with. That doesn't happen often for me, but it took me a while to collect myself to even be able to tell her what we were looking at. And they've been fantastic, made available immediately at the request. I talked to NIM about the need for you know, help with the Army Corps, talked to the secretary and their team, and they're immediate. It's been an extraordinary partnership. I think there's been 1,000 or so boots on the ground combined between state, local, and federal. I'll let them say the numbers, but obviously hundreds of people that have been rescued, 160 plus air rescues. I think that number's going up. You know, airlifting and taking in resources to some of these camps that were isolated. So let's focus on that. Let's focus on finding those who can be found, and then we can always assess going forward. But extremely proud of this community. Support the local law enforcement, first responders, and pray for the families, particularly those who have lost loved ones. With that, I will turn it over to the mayor. Thanks, Joe.
I'm Mayor. I'm glad you're here, and I have a few comments. No, today will be a hard day. This is the message I want to share. The city of Kerrville is thankful. We have help from our city crews, from county personnel, from state agencies, and federal resources, including the Coast Guard. People can help. Community Foundation of Greater the Texas Hill Country. Information about this can be found on the city's Facebook page. How to help. I know from my phone, from my texts, from my emails, thousands of people across our state and the world want to get information about that. Follow the City of Kerrville Facebook page. done an admirable job of making sure all resources and all information is available, not only to the citizens of Kerrville, but to the citizens of the world. I'm thankful you're here. Today will be a hard day. Please pray for our community. Thank you. Next up is City Manager Dalton Rice.
Thank you, Mayor. Dalton Rice, the city manager for the city of Kerrville. Just wanted to give a couple updates on operations. Operations did continue through the evening. We use specialized equipment with a lot of any areas that we could whatever. So operations did continue throughout the night. The water did receive even if water under the road, we are seeing a lot of debris, a lot of asphalt that is washing up, so there could be some other damaged areas. We did start boots on the ground operations about 8 a.m. this morning and started about southwest of Hunt, so southwest of Camp Mystic. These folks will be traveling very difficult terrain up through Ingram, and we're going to start getting information. So again, as the sheriff had alluded to, the information is changing constantly, and it's going to be changing by the minute. Talked about roads. Don't do your own searches. We know everybody wants to get help. As the roads start clearing up, you're gonna want to get out there. We are in constant communication with families. We're in constant communication with those around, and so we will continue to effortlessly our partners. Again, we've been working with Border Patrol, Texas DPS, game wardens, federal side, U.S. Coast Guard is here. We want to thank them. Air assets, again, we have hundreds of state and federal and local resources out here supporting this community. We do have grief counselors out there, so if there's anybody that needs any support, please don't hesitate to reach out as well. We still are operating shelters. Shelters are the same ones that we gave out before. Good news is a lot of the shelters have gone down in numbers, so there's either been those that have been reunited or kind of moving on. A couple of locations we had 18 girls that have been reunited with their families. We're down to about 4 that we're working on reunification as well. So reunification efforts are continuously ongoing from the missing person side. Here over the next few hours, we're going to be putting more information out there as far as missing persons, on how to contact if you have somebody that is missing or a loved one. Y'all have the camp number right now. We are continuously working on the other missing person side. The best way that I can sum this up is we have the known, which is the 27 potential missing campers that we're looking for now. The unknown is how many people were here locally, visiting, on vacation, doing other things in the community that we just do not have numbers. So these numbers are going to change throughout the day. And with that, we will take 5 questions.
How many people are still missing?
On the missing individuals, adult children, and then the total number of missing homes, adults and children for the county.
So the 27 missing is the children from Mystic that we have. As far as unknown other missing, we do not.
Can you expand on that, Mr. Rice? A lot of people in the community, business owners, people that are living along the river have said they are very concerned the number will go up of missing, and they want to know more about how you guys are looking for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So like I alluded to with the operations piece, we have basically a team of about 34 folks from Texas DPS, game ward that are boots on the ground on each side of the river, starting in Hunt, and they're starting to make their way up. Across this entire area, it's probably about a 17-kilometer stretch. They are going to be in very debris terrain, very difficult, challenging contours along the riverbanks. So it is a very harsh environment. We are doing what's called a primary search, which is basically a very quick search, but when I say quick, that is up, down, sideways. They're turning over as many rocks as they can, culverts, up in trees. They are looking at every possible location, and then we'll start going into a layered approach, or what we also have from the locals, which has been a really great resource. In the floods that we have, there are known collection points where debris tends to collect along the riverbank. We do have intel on what sites and locations those are, so we can also put additional resources into those collection sites and start getting a more focused approach on that.
We've seen a lot of traffic flooding. We've seen a lot of traffic flooding in central Texas over the past few weeks. There are so many people, I know this is so early, but there are so many people already asking, what can be done to stop the loss of life? We saw 13 in San Antonio. We have seen an unknown number, but at least 27. They're scared.
Yeah, it's a great question, and I think that's a question that we definitely need to answer at some point in time. Right now, our focus is on the search and rescue efforts, making sure that we get these families out, get some closure, where we can. And so I think that is a great question that we need to ask ourselves, but right now we want to focus on search and rescue operations.
Are there still rescue efforts going on right now?
Yes, we are. We have been in continuous search and rescue operations. Again, this river, even though it started in West Kerr, this goes all the way down through East Kerr County and is continuing on, to the southeast. So yes, search and rescue operations are continuously ongoing, and we'll continue to update on that. One more question.
Where are you finding these folks right now, the active rescues this morning? Are they stuck in an island of land? Where are they?
Typically rescues, if we do find them, they're going to be in trees or we find them, either on high ground. Again, most of the rescues that we are having at this point in time are other camps. So we have a lot of camps and they are all accounted for, but they are isolated because of road damage. So we know where they're at. We're getting them food, water, resources, and now it's a matter of just getting them safely across, low water crossings or other areas to other shelters. So
Confusion though about these kids. We know that there's missing kids. Are you going to give a list of
we want to protect, those families and their information. The other thing I want to point out, and thank you for bringing that up, these families are getting bombarded with spam calls and spam information. So we want to keep the kids' information and these families' names out of any public light to give them the opportunity to grieve and make sure that we give them the best possible resources that we can and get them reconnected as soon as possible. So some of them are, and some of those have been a great help as well. So yes, it is a double-edged sword. Our next one will be at 2 o'clock, and we'll give updates then. Thank you.